Yo guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another Doctor Who video. Now, today's video is going to be a little bit of a different Doctor Who video, because today we're going to be talking about the brand new spin-off series, which is actually upcoming, The War Between the Land and the Sea. And we're going to talk about literally everything I know about The War Between the Land and the Sea. So, at this point, we have a bit of information about it. So let's start off with the basics. So the title of this series, and I presume it's going to be, like, the predictions is it's going to be about 6 to 8 episodes. I don't know if there is like an official episode count out there, but it's going to be a fairly short series. It's not going to be like, your 12 episode series like Doctor Who used to do, which kind of is a shame, to be honest with you, because even like the Sarah Jane Adventures, you had good episode counts for that, and that was a spin-off series as well. So, first of all, the episode counts. This will be produced by the BBC and Disney. Obviously, it is in the contract to be released with by Disney, so the Disney money did obviously go into this spin-off series as well. Now, in my opinion, at this point, it was a little bit early to release a spin-off series. I would have much rather them done 3 seasons of Doctor Who than 2 seasons and this spin-off series, because the thing with Doctor Who is, because every episode is a different story, it would have allowed them a little bit more time. For example, like, I would have really loved to see the Daleks on a Disney budget. Like, I would have really loved to see how a Dalek episode would have looked with that Disney budget. But we never got that, and we never got the 15th Doctor facing off against the Daleks either, which is another kind of crazy thing. Or, equally, I would have loved to see a 15th Doctor Cyberman story on that Disney budget, or, a Weeping Angel story, have these iconic monsters coming back. Granted that we did get a couple of iconic, people coming back to the show. It would have been much. I really do wish that we got to see how these big villains, these big iconic villains, and again, I know they don't want to overdo the Daleks, and I guess I understand that very much so, but they chose to do it at very much the wrong time. What is the one thing that will, for sure, revive Doctor Who a little bit and bring more eyeballs on the screens? A Disney budget Dalek story. That would 100% do that. Imagine the scale of what they could do with that episode. That definitely would have been a really cool thing to see, which we never really got to see. So, yeah, that part is a shame. But yeah, speaking of this spin-off series, I don't think it was the best idea to release 2 seasons and then just straight onto a spin-off series. I think they should have, built maybe a couple more seasons up and then started to dive into the spin-off series sort of route with this. Especially considering each season of New Doctor Who, or technically as we could call it, New Doctor Who, was literally only 8 episodes long. And, 8 episodes and a Christmas special, so 9 episodes in total a year. You need a little bit more time to break in the main show, and then that is when you want to be, really, branching off and focusing on different things. So, that is my personal take on this. But we have it here, and this is what we've got to work with right here. As a spin-off series, I'm quite looking forward to this. I am very interested though, because this is supposed to be a bit of an interesting series. It is supposed to be, from my knowledge, completely set on Earth, which I do like a lot of, but like I do like when Doctor Who takes us off to far distant planets and does that kind of stuff. But you know what, like, yeah, we'll take what we've got here with this. So it's grounded on Earth, and it seems like it is going to be pretty much an Earth-based story. And the main villains, or it depends which way you look at it really, because this series could be trying to do one of them things where they spin the humans out to be the villains. Now, the main monster of this series is the Sea Devils. And there is a little bit of a controversy around this, because we have had a look at the look of the Sea Devils, and I think people are very, very opposed to it. Now, personally, I'm not sure how to feel about this. On one hand, I do kind of dig the new sort of look a little bit, but on the other hand, like, I do really, really like the original, the original, you know, design of the Sea Devils. They look like creatures which have just risen from the sea, and that is perfect. That is what you want for the Sea Devils. I fear that they are straying a little too close to having more humanoid Sea Devils in this series, and the more you try and push it towards being more of a humanoid, the less it starts to look like a monster, which the Sea Devils are clearly supposed to be. I mean, people really, really love the look of the Sea Devils that much that they've had like a couple of stories. They've literally had like, a couple of stories, and they are one of the most iconic Doctor Who villains. Maybe not up there with the Daleks or the Cybermen or the Weeping Angels or anything like that, but definitely up there in, you know, the iconic Doctor Who monsters. So, that is pretty much that whole thing. We also know, and it has just been announced the other day, that this is going to be coming out in December. Now, I originally thought that it was going to be a 2026 series, just because, you know, give a little bit of a gap, but it turns out that it is going to be dropped in December 2025. Now, I don't know if this is as a result of Disney Plus dropping out of, you know, the whole Doctor Who thing, or whether this is just, you know, another choice. I may discuss that in another video, actually, because it could be a possibility. But yeah, we're getting this literally in like, what, a month or 2 months time, which I think is really, really cool, because I'm just excited to get some more Doctor Who content, and yeah, something to enjoy. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited for this series, and I'm quite interested to see how it plays out. But yeah, that's pretty much all that we know about the War Between the Land and the Sea. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you are looking forward to this series, if you're not looking forward to this series, and what kind of things are you seeing about the War Between the Land and the Sea that make you like it or dislike it. Let me know in the comments down below, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're gonna definitely do reviews on each and every episode of the War Between the Land and the Sea. That is something that I really, really want to do. So we're gonna do episode reviews, and that should be kind of like a fun thing to drop on the channel as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe as always. Don't forget to check out the merchandise as well, because for 10 years of this YouTube channel, I decided to drop some merchandise. For example, I'm wearing 2 pieces right now from the Blackout Edition, which is the more low-key range that we have available. We do have 2 different ranges of this collection, 2 different variations of the collection for you guys to purchase. Link is in the description for the merchandise if you want to go ahead and cop some really cool clothing and also support the channel and support these videos. That is the best way to do it. So yeah, merch link in the description. We've got the caps right here. This right here is the Blackout Edition cap. It has some nice neat embroidery on it, but as you can see, it is pretty low key. And you know, if you're somebody who likes sort of low key, you know, clothing, then yeah, definitely a good choice to make on you know, this half of the collection. We also do have another half, which is the black collection with the purple print. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. Its link is in the description anyway. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe as always, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.